everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Um, so there are some things um, here is our new baler. I know I talked about it in the last episode. I don't know if you guys actually got to see it though. So it is an older baler. It costed us, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was 30,000 maybe. You can see it says 120 to 180. It does up to 240 though, so I'm not sure. So we bought this at the end of the last episode, and it checked all of our marks, but I forgot to look at the horsepower. This requires 160. We only have 120. So we're gonna have to see if this can actually pull this or not. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it can, and maybe it'll just struggle uphill, similar to the baler. But we're gonna have to just find out through running it. Doesn't look like we're having too many problems. I think it's supposed to run at 9 miles an hour, so we are a little bit under par. And that might be what we end up doing with the profits from these two fields, is buying a new tractor. Maybe keep this one around for a second helping hand and getting a tractor with a little bit more horsepower. It might just be what we have to do. Yeah, I'm just not sure. We'll kind of just have to wait and see. This isn't horrible. I would also like to get another plot of land. So I think that's what it's going to be between, is a tractor or another plot of land. Because well, we either need something with more horsepower to pull the bigger equipment that we have, or we need something that can bring in more money, i.e. land. Don't think we might get a plot of woods and maybe make some money that way. I'm not too sure. It would give us something to do in the winter, but I don't want to just do 3 full episodes of, or more of just chopping down wood and taking it to sale. So we'll stay with this for now. And see what happens. I'll time-lapse the rest of this field. I'm only going to do this field and canola. I want to save that field for soybeans next year. I think they plant in April. So we should be planting soybeans in the other field and harvesting this one. And the following month or episode, however it works out, we might skip a month in the same episode. And I think we're going to have to probably skip a couple of months in general, just because there's not going to be anything for us to do. So I will time-lapse the rest of this and get back to you guys. Okay, so we got that finished up. I might have to go back and get a small part back there I missed while I was sitting in cabin view. So let's zoom out of this. I noticed, I don't know why it did that. The only thing I can imagine is either the Maze Plus mod or the precision farming. When I mowed this, it turned it into arable soil. So I'm gonna paint back over that. Um, I'll do that right quick. I wouldn't be opposed in the future to maybe widening these fields. Just do some grass. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to widening these fields in the future. Maybe bringing this out a little bit to the track and maybe widening it over here on both sides. Getting a plow and it would be a little extra field land, but we'll kind of just have to wait and see what happens. We do have to roll this yet. Um, and we're obviously not going to have enough money for a roller. So I'm going to we'll check the prices and see which one's better between the wheat and the barley. And whichever one has the highest price right now, we'll take that to market. Probably a load of 12,000 liters. And that should hopefully give us enough money to be able to afford a roller. After rolling, we shouldn't need too much. I thought, oh no we don't. I thought we still had some fertilizer around here, but I'm not seeing it. Right, so we can't even afford the 12,000 capacity. We could afford the 8. So we'll do that for a load. And then we'll check prices, and if we need to take another load, we'll probably upgrade the trailer and then take 12. So I'll get this here. We can check the prices right quick. So we've got 926 at the South Grain Point sale. So I think we'll take that. We'll go with wheat. As far as, where's the South Grain Point sale at? Okay, that's down here by field 107. Right. I don't know how much even a nice roller would be. There's nothing in the sale. We don't need anything too fancy, but a decent width would be nice. Like 5 meters. We also need to watch the horsepower. So 100 horsepower, we could pull this. This kind of looks more like a mulcher though. rather than an actual seed bed roller. 174 meters. This one doesn't look too bad. Only takes 40 horsepower. The rollers again look pretty aggressive, but I don't know if... Let's go to grassland care. Look at that rolling. That's funny. 26,000, that's pretty good. Oh, and that can also seed and plant. It's interesting. Sorry, excuse me, I had to cough. Let's go with 3,000 is dirt cheap. They do look aggressive. Takes 100 horsepower. Otherwise, we have 3.5 at 9. That doesn't look too bad. I think we're gonna shoot for this one and see if we can't get it. The Toro. So, I'm going to run these to sale quick. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna need at least 2 loads because we're not gonna get $8,000 for 8,000 liters selling it at 900. We'll be close, but not quite there. So I'll run 2 loads to sale, and then we'll get that roller and roll the field. I don't know if I'm going to buy a plow also before we plant in that soybean to extend that field. I'd imagine if we get a plow cheap enough, we will make our money back from extending the field, because it's going to add on a lot to the outside. Even if it's just a couple of meters on the outside, all the way around, it makes a pretty big difference. So I'll run these quick and we'll see where we end up. See you guys in just a little bit. Right. So we're back on the fields. Alright, so we made it here. If I take a guess, I'm gonna say 7,032.48. 7,348. Am I close? 7,432. We did get a boost from our environmental score, which means we are on the positive side. That's always good to see. It's not quite going to be enough to get that roller we wanted. So I will run back, upgrade the tipper, and take another load, probably 12,000 liters. That way we have a little bit of extra cash to make it through the winter. I don't know if we're gonna fertilize and lime right away, or if we will do that in the next episode. And then skip a couple of months to our planting season for soybeans, which should be April. So I'll see you guys probably back at the grain silage cell, or the grain storage cell point. And we'll go from there. We'll decide what we're gonna do. I do like to keep these episodes between 30 to 40 minutes, so it's being new to this, it's hard to tell where I'm gonna fall with time lapsing. That's why I'm not sure what we're gonna do in what episode, and what we won't do. So yeah, I'll see you guys back at the cell point and we'll decide from there. And that is why you don't text and drive. My brother sent me a text message, and I went to answer it, and wasn't really watching where I was going, and that's what happens. It's a good thing this isn't real life. We don't text and drive. But if it were real life and we were texting, we would have just ruined our tractor, and probably lost all of our grain. So, yeah, I did find a place that was closer, was paying the highest amount, so we will go to this grain sell point instead. It's just beyond the store. We have 4,000, 12,000 liters here. We should be just shy, about 11 and a half on this sale. We're gonna say 11,562. We'll see how close that is. And we should get a little bit of a bonus for our environmental score as well. So let's see what happens. Only about 11,189, but we got the 784. So close to 12,000. Yeah, and it is right next to the store. So that's pretty nice. We're going to stop in right away and pick up our roller. I don't know if we'll be able to attach to the back. It just kind of depends on what the roller has for a hitching system. Can't imagine it would need a PTO. I don't remember seeing one, but I'll have to look and see. Would be nice to get it all in one trip. I believe we were going to go with this one. Yeah, we might be able to pull it. So we're back down. We still... Yeah, you know what? I forgot. We're probably still going to have to take one more load yet. It wouldn't have to be a full load, but if we are going... we will need a little bit more, because we're going to have to buy some lime and fertilizer. I don't remember if we have either of those. I thought that the spreader had something in it, but we'll have to double check. So this is our new roller. Looks really nice. Hopefully it does exactly what we need it to. Like I said, these look a little abrasive. I imagine that's for pushing the seed in. I'm just hoping that it doesn't affect our fields and, well, essentially reset them or unseed them for whatever reason. Can't imagine it would, but playing with mods, you sometimes never know what the modder intends it to be used for. So it looks like we won't be able to use our harvest profits for some more land. I was hoping to, but we might have to wait till next year's harvest. Once we got all of our implements that we need for properly maintaining a field, we should be able to look to invest into land, or if we see a nice tractor that comes up for sale that we just can't miss out on, we could do that as well. Whoa. I did not like that. So we'll set down the grain bin. The tipper, I should say. I think I'm just gonna leave it over here underneath this. Put the cover on it so it doesn't fill up with water if it rains or snow over the winter. So yeah, like I was saying, I wouldn't mind bringing, basically expanding all this that is grass right here around the field, and basically expanding the field to make it all arable soil for more crop. I think that would leave us in a better situation. Oh, yeah, see? Okay, it is still growing. It says that it needs rolling though, and I'm not sure. Okay, yep. So this should be working just as we planned. If we zoom in here, we can go over to needs rolling, and you can see that this little area that we just went over is no longer blue, and this is our grass. So we must have turned it all arable. So I will get this going, get this wrapped up, and that should take us to the end of the episode. I'll touch back in after rolling this field. Okay, everybody, this is gonna be finishing up with the rolling. That's all we're gonna do in this month. Next month, I am gonna plow that field out. Not the field, but the boundaries. I'm gonna plow it, make it a little bit wider. So, next month in the episode, we will take some more grain to sale, and we'll get a plow and extend those fields, and then we will fertilizer and lime this field, and then we'll skip forward to April or planting season for the other field. So that is going to be all for this one. I'm going to head back to the farmhouse. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked, please like. Comment if you guys have any opinions or things we should change or things we should work towards. And if you really liked the video, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys, and see you in the next one.